Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessye Shepard and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Hello!
Hey,
What's up?
that's Jessye.
That's Tabitha.
And you're listening to
Booze
and Glues.
Oh,
That's
there's
our new
also
thing.
there's also some dude over in the corner over there.
Brad's here recording stuff.
Hi, I'm Brad.
You want to know why I'm excited tonight?
Why?
I'm excited because today is the last episode of Booze and I Do's, which means
That's right.
the wedding is about to be here, which means my life can go back to happiness and normalcy again.
Which means the wedding's about to be over.
We had to do like a questionnaire for the photographer, and he like wanted to know like a bunch of things about us, help, I don't know, make his photos better, whatever. And he asked like what one moment we're most anticipating, looking forward to during the day, you know, so we make sure that he like photographs it, documents it well. And Blake, I asked Blake, I'm like, what's your favorite, like, what are you looking for? And he said something like, slide that ring on your finger. And he's like, and I'm like, is that really what you want me to say? And he's like, well, what's yours? And I was like, honestly, like, when we leave.
When it's over, when it's all done and I never have to do this again.
And he's like, oh, stop. I'm like, okay, I do actually have a most anticipated part. I think the vows at the house is my most anticipated part.
That's really sweet.
You mean the consummation?
No, you stop talking.
Consummation.
I don't know the word.
I always get that in constipation, just kind of.
I really don't want the photographer there for that.
Are you sure?
I hope you don't have constipation either.
That's true.
Or the opposite of that.
One of my favorite constipation stories.
Please do tell.
It's in high school. I was at this like party, and it was like wasn't very long after my like some of my friends started drinking. Like a lot of my friends were very innocent. Like we didn't drink and do stuff for the longest time. But so it was like this girl party, and of course the boys had to come and visit, and they were all had been doing stuff, and so all of a sudden my friend Heidi comes up to like me and like this other little group of girls that we're with, and she's like, you guys, I feel so bad for Anthony. And we're like, why? What's going on? She's like, he says he's constipated. Like, that sounds awful. And we're like, why would he tell you that? You know? And she's like literally telling everybody that Anthony's constipated. He told her he was cross-faded.
You're like, he thought he was being super cool, and everyone at the party was going to be like, dude, he's so faded he can't even make it. And instead, they're all like, so did you hear about Anthony?
So you can't poop, or what's wrong?
Oh, that's
So it was
great.
super funny.
Had she also maybe been doing some things that was making it difficult for her to read?
Yeah, I don't think we had that night.
That's funny. Well, all constipation aside, the wedding is almost here.
The wedding's almost here.
It's almost done.
16 days.
We're gonna just kill that wedding.
It's gonna be so fun. I keep feeling like I need to like asterisk or like PS. Like I know it's gonna be like a killer day and so fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
And by killer, you mean you're gonna be exhausted.
Also,
No, it'll be great, and it will be a big relief. What is going to be the weird thing is when it's all done, you're going to be like, wait, what did I used to do? Because you have spent the last 6 months of your life like totally
Thinking
consumed with
about
this
it.
thing. And so like you're going to have all this extra time where you're like, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
We can go back to
Regular
normal crafts.
Love it.
I got my first one on the list.
I love it.
I got to make a wand stand.
Do
You
I
can't
love it?
see
Mhm.
how hard Jesse's rolling her eyes right now. They just hit her brain. She's like, no. Not my favorite.
That's cool. I'll make a wand stand.
You can put like wooden spoons on yours in the kitchen or something.
What kind of wand stand are you thinking?
Oh, it's just something where we can display our family of Harry Potter wands.
I just left it right in the mic.
It's okay. That's what.
Brad
Buddies
just
live for.
yawned right in the mic. He's like, "You girls are boring me. I'm gonna just."
No. This is super. You know what? It's from this amazing drink. Tabitha, tell us about this
Oh, God.
amazing drink we're drinking.
He only keeps saying it's amazing because it was his idea.
I do. I like it.
It actually is pretty
Thank
good. I think it's better because of what we ended up with than what he was like originally saying. Because when we were reading it online, it was some kind of the liqueur was some kind of spiced something. I don't know. It didn't sound as good. It sounded fallish, like
Yeah.
warm, spicy things. So last night at trivia, I was like, what do you want to drink tomorrow, Brad? And he's like, a Pim's cup. That, I was like, what? First of all, I kept thinking it had champagne in it, which I guess there's some variation that does. But I just think I might have said something along like, that sounds like a bitch-ass drink.
Those were your exact words.
Nailed it.
And I'm like, what does that even mean? So we looked them all up, and there's several different kinds. One, like, I don't know, there's a bunch of chopped up fruit in there. And so I'm like, this is like some kind of weird sangria situation. I don't know. We opted not to go that way. So Brad got the blackberry and elderberry, elder something,
Blackberry?
elder wand.
Yes. Speaking of wands, elder wand.
Back to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everything in life
It's-
can be related to Harry Potter.
It's Pim's blackberry and elderberry.
Elderflower.
Oh.
Elderberry's not a thing, is it? It's elderflower for sure.
Yeah, elderberry. That's a thing.
Yeah, No, I think it's blackberry and elderflower.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
You sent me a picture of it.
But elderberry is the thing.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, regardless, we mixed it with ginger beer, sliced cucumber, and fresh mint from the garden. And
Are we ready for who's right?
yeah,
Well, it is elderflower.
Nailed it. Tab's right.
that's all right. I can't believe you ever doubted me. Yeah. So it's pretty good. It kind of tastes like you're drinking jelly.
I like it.
It's yummy.
Who doesn't like to drink jelly?
Or eat it with a spoon. It's pretty yummy. I think it has so much shit in it that it's kind of hard to drink. Like, I felt like I could have sucked it down with a straw pretty quick.
Yeah, a straw would have been sick ass.
Yeah. We would have needed more beverages, probably. Yeah, so that's what we're drinking. It's fancy AF. I'm not sure if we're white trash or British or
Not white trash.
British white trash.
No, why white trash?
I don't know. I feel like a Pim's cup sounds white trashy.
No, that's like a
It's-
pimp's cup almost.
It's British,
Oh,
I think.
okay.
We're boss ass bitches.
Are we celebrating the royal wedding? Oh, who's
Is that happening soon?
Saturday?
Dude, I don't give a fuck. The only wedding I care about is yours.
I care about Markle and.
You don't
Harry.
even know his name.
It's one of them, right? Harry and
I'm
the other
just
George.
Can I just say that I am so glad that we're introducing a little bit of color into that bloodline.
That's true. They need it.
Yeah, I mean,
and I've always said if I was going to be part of the royal family, I would want to be in a position like Harry's because he has all the benefits of being royalty,
but he's like
never has to worry about ever running the country.
He's 8th in line or something, and his brother keeps pumping out kids left and right. He just keeps getting kicked down.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I guess probably, William and Kate's whole family could be traveling together and all die in a plane crash or something.
Oh, I bet they put the nix on them traveling together.
They might.
Yeah. I know that they're pretty, like, if they are going to the same thing, like, him and his dad don't go the same, like, via the same transportation or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy that you have to think about that kind of stuff. But yeah, like, I would be Harry
Are you kidding me?
the way.
That bitch is never gonna die. I mean,
yeah. No.
Long live the queen.
He gets to party. He's partied like his whole life. He's a party
oh
animal.
Yeah. No,
he's a marry a
got
black
it all.
chick. It's awesome.
He's way
William
cuter.
could not have probably married a black chick.
He still has his
way.
hair. He's a ginger.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want?
He is killing life. Like, he made it.
He definitely has the, like, prime spot in the family.
Yeah.
Because you know that the pressure on William has just been, like,
awful.
Insane. And Harry, every time he, like, fucks up, they're just like, yeah.
Well, you're Harry.
Well. I mean, there's been talk that they're just going to skip dude's dad altogether because he ruined the family name by getting divorced or whatever. So,
who knows? I
don't know. There's some longevity. I mean, I'm sure that queen has, like, the greatest health care and everything. But I'm just like, how long do you keep this going?
Yeah.
She's a robot.
How old is she?
That is a theory.
She's like 92 or something.
I was
like that.
going to say late 80s, early 90s. She definitely, I mean, I would think
she's
that.
92. Ugh, gosh, she's cute.
I would think that at some point you would be like, I want to just relax. I don't want to do all of these things. Which, I mean, I'm sure she's quite, got everything delegated and whatnot. But then again, like, why give up being the queen?
God. I love when Google tells you, like, what other people ask, like, related to this question.
Oh, yes.
Somebody said, how old was the queen when she became king? She is not the king.
Well, she was 19 when she became queen.
When she became queen. She doesn't become a king, you dumbass.
And is that spelled K-W?
My goodness.
Google questions are becoming like Yahoo.
No, one time when
Yahoo Answers is just pretty much
Mhm.
gone, and Google's going to become the new thing, and then they're going to come out with a better search engine that's not full of bullshit, and then we'll be like, oh, can you believe we use Google?
When I was living in England, I called the queen cute once to an English person.
Oh, did they lose their shit?
Yes. He said, oh, you do not call the queen cute. I was like, she is adorable.
Yeah, no, he's like, she's fierce and she runs our country.
Yeah. She was like, very
bow down.
I was like, I'm really not trying to be demeaning. I just
Right.
think she's an adorable little old woman.
But she's
That was
not.
not-
She's the queen.
Yeah, that was not okay of me to say. I kind of like am having a little bit of reflection because the last royal wedding, William and Kate's, I was in England, in London for.
Whoa.
Did you get an invitation?
Did not get an invitation.
I'm surprised.
But like the whole place was like,
losing their shit?
yeah, it was like this just huge, like all the streets were
Do
just
you
like
feel like it's
flooded
going to
with
be
people.
so much less of a thing? I feel like this is going to be more of a celebrity thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be
Than like
bigger.
a country thing.
Yeah, Kim and Kanye.
Because
they're people, aren't they?
because they like the royal wedding with William, it was like, well, this is going to someday be our king, And
Yeah.
so people are all like, "Oh." But I was there when the king got married. Like someday they're going to be saying that. This is just going to be like a big party.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised we don't have a king in Parliament.
We said no to that when we separated from England.
Yeah, but I mean, we're basically
And by surprise, you mean waiting for it to happen?
yes.
Because it's totally coming.
To me, I don't really feel like it's very different. It's not like the queen really makes decisions.
No.
It's not like the president really makes decisions.
Yeah.
They're figureheads.
Right.
I also feel like it is the weirdest thing ever. Like, start thinking about, like, well, our family kicked everyone's ass, and so now we run this country, and then we're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You were born first, so now you get to... I mean, what if William's just absolute shit, and Harry would have been the best king ever? Like, the whole concept is just bonkers.
Well, that's why back in the day, you just killed your older brother.
That's true.
Well, and back in the day, they actually made decisions. Like, there's no way he could
That's
be a
true.
bad king. He
Right,
just
'cause
goes
there's
and represents
Parliament
the country.
and... Yeah.
Like, he's a figurehead. I'm pretty sure if we broke out in some crazy, like, guerrilla war and all of our electricity went out forever, sure, somebody would rely on him to, like, tell him what they have to do.
Are you talking about Planet of the Apes?
Maybe.
You know he was in the Air Force, right? The
No.
Royal Air Force?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Don't they all have to do a bit of that?
Yeah, I think they have to.
Yeah.
Did William? Because I feel like you wouldn't want to risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
It's like, no, not you. We're going to keep you in a plastic bubble. But, you know, if you die or whatever.
Well,
You're
because you don't
just
want
Harry.
you really don't want to follow someone like, what does this guy know about war? He's
Oh,
never
like
been in
how
battle.
our
the
presidents
are also supposed to
all
kind of be in the
are-
military.
leader, our chief in command.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, they
we've
run-
had a string of them that haven't even ever served. It's like, well,
That to me seems like
it seems like a required, like,
should be a requirement.
Yeah, but then you're gonna get some guy. Oh well, yeah, I served. Oh yeah, what'd you serve? National Guard.
That's fine.
why are you talking shit about the National
That
Guard?
is more to me than nothing.
Adam was in the National Guard. He spent a year in Iraq. What have you done? I mean, Afghanistan.
Amen,
Whatever.
brother.
That's geography.
Someone.
That's geography.
That's
Ed.
geography.
I'm out.
Someone's
Take it
got to
back.
be home and take care of the women's.
The women's. I think we can take care of our dang selves.
I think we've
My
proven
phone
that
is, like,
time and time again.
Going nuts.
You are popular.
I think, well, it's partially work and partially baseball updates.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They're just going crazy. So, yeah, my microphone is all jacked up right now. I shouldn't have touched it. It was perfect before. I shouldn't have touched it. So, yeah, by the next time we do this podcast, you're going to be a fully married woman.
You're gonna be a
Amen.
woman.
How sweet. Blake got me like a birthday card and it said like, to the future Mrs. Barstow.
Aw,
And it said like, hope your last birthday as a shepherd was great.
how sweet.
Nice.
That is really cute.
He got me a yoga mat because I've been doing yoga lately.
Nice.
Oh.
It's
loving
fun, right?
I am loving it. It hurts. And
Yeah.
it is hard.
But just like
Right?
plain yoga, I can't do plain yoga. I can't just stay in one spot. It drives me nuts.
No, actually, it's been really nice for me because usually I get really like antsy. I'm like, why the
Mhm.
fuck am I just sitting here in the same position like forever? But it feels so good.
Yeah.
It's like amazing to feel how your body is so just tight. I'm like
Mhm.
doing this stretch and I'm like, holy majoli,
Yeah.
I like can't move.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
like the payo.
Oh yeah, where you're like doing
You're
some.
moving, but also a little bit of yoga.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give up on this microphone right now.
I have not tried the Pio yet, but
I don't know where the thing. Oh, is this it? I don't know where the thing is.
Brad
That
wants you to cup the balls underneath the mic.
okay. Oh, speaking of Brad, I had a present for Brad. I already
Oh,
gave you
yes.
your present.
I thought it was gonna be, speaking of balls.
Look, Brad, I got you rubber husbands.
I'm so excited. I've used them multiple times already.
That's awesome.
Oh, sweet.
He was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, Blake was like,
I was
what
like,
the hell are those?
"It's a
And I was
rubber
like,
booby."
rubber husbands. And he's like, what the hell is
Excuse me?
that? And I'm like, it helps you like open cans and stuff. He's like, I don't need that. I was like, actually, I think you do.
Good for you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
But they're awesome to have around.
Amen.
Aw.
Someday he's gonna be able to like not get something open. He's gonna be, where's that thing? Right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh. I just thought of a gift for you girls.
I'm the
Where
sound
the
Nazi
hell are
over
your
here.
headphones? You can't even hear anything.
Because every time I put them on, someone has
Jessye
to yell
sneezes into
something.
the mic.
You know you like it.
Making sure you're awake.
Just make it go into the red, and then my ears bleed, and then I'm like, I think they're talking now. I just see mouths.
It's nowhere
moving.
close to the red. I'm watching it.
That's right.
I know how to turn down.
Jessye,
What's up?
have you seen my new tattoo?
The umbrella, I've been looking at it. I was about to say something. I love it.
It's Mary Poppins umbrella.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that fun?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
That's what they say.
Blake doesn't know do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
What?
So Sound of Music?
Yeah.
I tried to get...
It's a segue.
I tried to get Brad to buy like so many Sound of Music soundtracks on record when we were yard selling. Every time I'd see one, I'd be like, "Look at the cover on this one." He was not into it. How
I
does?
love the Sound of Music.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't like the old German tale.
I don't think it's that he doesn't like it. Like, he just doesn't.
he's never.
I'm like,
Has he not seen it
Well,
ever?
no, but I'm like, weren't you in a freaking music class at some point in your life? Like, I'm pretty sure you have to get in some kind of music class to pass, like...
Yeah, but they don't make you watch The Sound of Music.
No, but
No,
you have...
but you learn
that's
the
how you-
scale. I mean, when you
it's
play
like-
freaking recorders.
I didn't.
How did you pass recorders?
There was no recorders. What? The
I don't know what's
How
happening.
did you pass music class without learning do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do?
Because their teachers are lame. They just taught us, like,
That's
here.
like a music staple.
They're like, here. Well, because it wasn't like music and, theory or music and scale. It was just like, here, kids, you have to take a music class. I'm going to teach you how to do, a couple of beats on the drum or, a couple of notes on a piano.
Yeah, and say
But
do,
not-
re, mi, fa, sol, la,
But
ti,
did
do.
not teach you that. So he's just be like, he's kind of like show by example. So he's like, here, I'm going to do it. Now you kids all try it. And there you go. That's your music course and you're done. You graduated. Congratulations. Get the hell
Cool.
out of my school.
Check.
Yeah.
Ketchup, vegetable. Check.
Exactly.
Public school system. Just
Exactly.
I
get these
actually
kids
had
outta
a
here.
client ask me once if ketchup counted as a vegetable for her child.
Aw. That's because she probably went to public school when ketchup counted as a vegetable for you.
Or she maybe didn't finish school.
And so she was like, "It's tomatoes." The government said it was good enough for me.
Well, that's what she... Because I was like, I don't think so,
No.
And she was like, but
Mostly
isn't it made
'cause
out of tomatoes? I'm like,
all the
"It's
sugar.
sugar.
All the sugar. And, I mean, highly processed. I don't know. It's not like tomato paste where it's like, this is
Right.
a lot of the nutrients from tomatoes. Ketchup is like a lot of the bugs. Lots of bugs. I like bugs. It's fine. I remember people telling me, like, don't you know how many bugs you're eating? Because I love ketchup and I would eat lots of ketchup. And I was like, do I care how many bugs I'm eating? Why are people
Hasn't
so
hurt
upset
me yet.
about eating bugs?
That's why you got to be like, do you know how many microscopic bugs are crawling on your face right now?
That's true.
Well, and also, like, what's the stat on, like, how many spiders you swallow in your sleep in your lifetime?
Oh, that's not true.
That's like, they
It
say
was
like
8.
8. Yeah.
But I think that's not even a thing.
Oh.
How could anybody know that?
Sleep studies and statistics.
I don't think so. I heard, like, because I had always heard that, and then I heard something and they were like, yeah, that's not even really a fact. I was like, oh,
Don't you love those things that you learn, like,
common
30
knowledge.
30 years later, and they're like, that's really not true.
I've been basing my whole life on those 8 spiders. I was
That's where
counting.
that's where I get my nutrients
I was
from.
counting that protein. Seriously. Yes. Well, we are finishing the last of our wedding crafts tonight. We have our dice out drying that we're spraying, sealing. We're moving on to other things. Have a nice meeting tomorrow about what all we're doing at the wedding. Because so far, I don't know what I'm saying. I know a lot of what I'm not saying.
So my job is to walk you down the aisle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
He can walk me down the aisle.
I can walk tab down.
Or you could just sit your butt down like the
You can
rest of
just
the
sit down.
Okay. Like in the front row?
No. Sit down and be happy, Brad.
I will be.
But if you get there early, you could sit in the second row if you really want to so bad.
Brad is going to sit in the middle of the aisle once you guys are already up there at like a kindergarten crisscross applesauce and be like,
Exactly. With a flask going, woo!
yes.
Let's keep the 10 minutes of ceremony
Nice.
pure.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to riff for 10 minutes. That's what basically I'm at this point.
You know what?
Just going to riff for 10 minutes.
Do it.
Anybody here from Cleveland?
And I'll just woohoo at every, woo!
Yeah, go Tab! Nobody's filming it, so I don't care. I would only...
Somebody should film.
If it was, like, filmed, I would be like, okay, everybody, play nice, but I don't care. There's pictures. If Brad's in the background going like this, cool.
Photobomb.
Every picture.
God.
Like, what is that in the background? That's Brad's fist.
We
doing
never talked
everything.
again after that. It's kind of awkward now.
He keeps sending us pictures of him. It's the weirdest thing.
Goodness. Well, I'm getting pretty psyched for this bachelorette party. I'm not gonna lie.
I like don't even know what to be psyched about because I don't know what we're doing.
It's gonna be fucking epic.
But it's funny because Heather came over one night. She's like, I want to talk to you about bachelorette stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know. And she's like,
Dicks.
she's like, so what's your budget? And I'm like,
Huh?
cheap? I don't know. I'm like, what is it that you're planning? And she's like, well, I don't want to tell you. I just want to know like how much you want to spend. I'm like not a ton.
She's like,
I'm already-
at least bring $100 in ones.
I asked Blake if they were doing strippers, and he was like, I have cheap friends. No, I don't think anybody can afford a stripper.
Oh,
Centerfolds
Do
after
you
they
know
get
what
off.
that means? They're gonna have some ugly strippers. That's what that means.
I told him he had to tell me if they did. He said, you really want to know that? I'm like, yeah, I just kind of want to know if he did that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like,
Well, we can't get married now.
Like,
no, it's
usually
just like,
when, like,
yeah, it's good to know.
when Blake and I get drunk and we're like in a city, I'm like, let's find a strip club. Like, I'm the one that's like, let's go.
Well, you just don't want to find out about it 10 years later. You don't want him to be like, no, we didn't have strippers, and then have somebody be like, remember your bachelor party?
Yeah.
And you were like, wait, what? No, it's
Like,
good
you
to
said
just,
you didn't.
let's just be honest.
Yeah, but then it would be hilarious if you found out that it was one of the guys that was going ended up stripping.
They get drunk enough. Blake is so funny with my brother because, like, for like months, he's like, every time we drink with my brother, Blake's like, you better start practicing, Jake. You got like a lot of drinking to do at my bachelor party, you know?
Oh, gosh.
And then today, my brother's in the backyard, like, fixing the part of the fence. Our fences are so bad. And Blake was like, he's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. He's like, Jake, be ready tomorrow. Or he said, be ready in 12 hours. This was at like 5:30. And Jake's like, I thought we were leaving at 10. Why do I need to be ready at 5 in the morning? Blake's like, I'm going to come over and give you a special wake-up call. You and I are drinking beforehand. Jake's like,
God.
oh my God, what's happening?
So they're going this weekend.
Yes.
In like a day.
They leave tomorrow at 10.
That's
Oh, gosh.
wild. Oh my gosh.
No wonder I have
It's
tomorrow off.
creeping up on us. Like right there.
It's there. Yeah, it's
very
really
exciting. Very exciting.
Do you know where they're going?
there. Tahoe.
Wait. Oh, that's right. You guys aren't going this
Opposite
weekend. You're going a
weekends.
different weekend. Yes, okay.
Different weekends. That way we don't run into each other.
But yet you both ended up at the same strip club. Kind of weird.
Well, I asked, I'm like, are there any strip clubs there?
I don't
And
think
Blake's
so.
like, no, there's not. And I was like, I didn't think so.
Are you guys going to like Border Town or?
It's too classy.
Well, yeah, they probably just have like those nights like at Close Casino where sometimes like a little
Chippendales or
Thunder Down Under or whatever
Yeah.
comes through, but I can't
Yeah.
imagine it's anything more than that.
I have to say, I have no desire to see men shake their thunder.
You know what? Actually, that was it. Thunder Down Under that I went to.
Yeah.
It was actually like just really funny,
Yeah.
but it's very awkward.
Yeah.
So just
And
a
I
bunch
was
of
just
dudes doing the
texting.
helicopter?
Ew.
Their dicks aren't out.
Oh, I don't know. It's like I've been to these things.
It's like the same as centerfolds. They still are wearing underwear.
No, Centerfolds is 18 and over, so there's no alcohol, so full nude.
What?
Is it full nude?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, I
If
thought
you
they
serve alcohol, you can't
Why
do
do
full
you know
nude.
so much? much about this.
I want to go to Centerfold
Because
so
I went.
That
badly.
seems like such a weird, specific thing.
Rule.
Like, we're gonna let all kinds of shit go down, but if you take off this one tiny area of clothing, no drinks. Why? What do they think is gonna happen? People are gonna drink and they're gonna be like, she's not
Stick
wearing
their
underwear.
fingers
I
up there?
can rape her.
But don't ask me. I don't know.
Versus, oh, she's wearing underwear.
I can't rape
I
her.
shouldn't rape her. What? I don't. What is happening? I don't understand this fight.
I don't get the logic.
Hey, whatever works, right?
I didn't know that. I don't
No?
think. But I want to go to Centerfold so bad. I just need to see what it's all about.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, I told
Me and
Blake.
you. Field trip.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
You know what I'm concerned about?
What?
Seeing someone I know.
Me a little too, but
Right?
Odds are very
Too close
slim.
to-
we're
home.
all gonna be sober. It's gonna be great.
You
No,
gotta
that's
go.
going to be so fucking awkward.
Well, you can. I mean, I'm assuming.
We could
it's not
be
like
drinking
they're. Yeah, I was
beforehand.
gonna say they don't. They're not
We
gonna
can
be-
Uber out there.
And you have to go through their sex
you
shop
wanna come with us,
first.
Brad?
You could get
Sure.
high AF and then go.
Pecan bars.
Ooh.
Oh, and if you really want to do something funny and hilarious and horribly mean, is say it's someone's birthday or something, and
Yeah.
pay.
Get up on stage.
Yeah, pay
Blake's
like
told
$60
me
bucks.
stories.
What?
That's horrible though.
What is happening?
So they put you on stage.
So Blake has been to Centerfold.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's what they used to do for like all his little group of guys' friends' 18th birthday.
So they put you on stage and girls do a little dance and then they bring out like a massive dildo. And from what I hear, it's basically beat you to death with it.
Ew.
Love it.
The girls are doing a little dance on you and they don't have clothes on?
Yeah, see, that
Yeah.
seems a little much. I would much rather a girl be shaking her vagina above my head
Well, they-
with some underwear on than
Something
just.
Well, they usually.
to keep the crabs in.
Well, when they.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I went there for my
Eat a crab
birthday.
net.
I went there for my 20th birthday. And my friends-
20th and a half birthday.
Yeah, no, I've
last
only been there once.
Thursday.
The car
Uh,
wash and
Every
everything.
birthday between then and now.
Did they do a
But-
car wash?
Also,
But they did a lap. They
quarter birthdays.
they
Quarter
gave me
birthdays count?
a lap dance, but they had their underwear on.
Did you?
I did. Because I was like, this is like my first time at a like strip club. I was like prim and proper. I was nerdy, Brad. I was like, okay, sit on my hands, don't touch the ladies, boobies, and then,
Oh, God.
and then,
I don't
but they
need to know
they
this
paid for
about him.
2 of girls, so it's like, whose do I look at? And I just kept going back and forth in my head. I was just like, all right. And then like they're
Too
like
much.
trying to pull my hands out so that they can like, I don't know, do whatever, make me touch them. I don't know, but I was like, no, I can't touch.
As opposed to now when he gets a lap dance, apparently.
Now I'm just like, oh, I'm fondling everything. They're like, sir, you have to keep your hands to yourself. I'm not going to warn you again. I'm like, fine. Can't grope myself or the person.
Jesse's unscrewing a light bulb.
Yeah, when was the last time you played with some boobs, Jessye? Who does that?
That does not feel. Dude, is
I
that
don't
what you
play
like?
with boobs.
Is that what you like people
This
to
is-
do
yeah, when
to
Blake
your
comes up to me,
boobs and
this
just twist them in a over and over in a circle?
Yes.
You're like, yeah, that's it.
You
Yeah.
got to do the pinch, twist, and flick.
No, get them lubed up and just.
Oh my goodness.
Getting
This is outside of work.
her
stuff.
boobs rubbed.
By getting them all lubed up and honked. and-
Jessie likes her boobs twisted like light bulbs. You guys. Did you guys know that? Fun fact. You're in a staff meeting.
That'd be great.
Let's all share something.
That we know about somebody else in the room.
Let's all share something we've recently learned about each other. Courtney's like, is this safe for work?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
That was just so funny though, because like you guys were standing there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they haven't met," and I was like, "Courtney, this is Tabitha." Like, because I've talked about you a million times.
Well,
right?
and I have seen pictures of him and everything. And I mean, granted, I understand I change my hair color and stuff all the time, so I don't expect people to recognize me. He looks exactly the same as he does in all the pictures I've seen him in ever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, hey, it's Courtney. Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about it.
Oh my gosh. They haven't met. I was like, Courtney, this is Tabitha. He's like, oh my god.
Tabitha of Booze and Glues?
Wait, what did he say? He goes, oh no, he's like, you're the glues of Booze and Glues?
I know. We both kind of looked at each other, and I'm like, I might be the booze.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, no, he's super fun. So shout out, Courtney. Hey, what's up?
He's a good guy. He really is.
It's so funny because I feel like I know him. And so I totally wasn't even like, oh, I'm going to introduce myself. Because I'm like, I just assume I'm like, oh, it's Courtney. I've seen pictures of him. You talk about him all the time. Twitters and Instagrams and things.
Facebook
it's like,
and stalking.
he seems like super familiar, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, what's up? It's weird though. Like, that is the thing with podcasts. That, you know, someone's like in your head, like literally in your ears, and you hear all these things about them, and so you feel like you know them.
I'm the same way with like the people I watch on YouTube.
But you don't know them.
Like, they are my friends.
Right?
And they always tell me how much they love me, too.
But the weird thing is then to meet those people in person and have them be like, oh, you're a stranger. And I'm like, no, I know everything about you.
I listen to all your question and answer videos.
I'm so creepy. Speaking of being super creepy, guess who liked a tweet and responded to me on Twitter?
Not those guys you came and watched at San Francisco.
Not the Dollop?
Yeah.
The Dollop?
Gareth!
Oh, nice.
I saw Gareth was on an episode of New Girl, and I, like, tweeted, oh my god, did I just see Gareth on New Girl?
Who was he?
He played, like, a security guard at, Cece's daughter's school.
Oh, I saw
Did you
that
see that?
episode.
Yeah, yeah. So that's one of the guys from the Dollop.
Great. Okay.
And so I was like,
I feel like I know him now.
I was like super excited, and I like tweeted, and then I was like, assuming you're super rich now or something, and then I got a tweet back, obs rich. I was like, well, my life's complete now. It's the best thing ever.
That is awesome.
That was very exciting.
Well, actually, I got to experience somebody else kind of like you, but on a much smaller scale. So we went to a comedy show with Wayne a couple weekends ago, and we saw, oh my god, what is this? Freaking Brian Callen.
Okay, yeah.
From Fighter and the Kid. Wayne is obsessed with this guy. Like, has been listening to Fighter and the Kid forever and ever and ever. And so, like, the whole drive there, he's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, I get to meet him. And then, like, when he came up on stage, he's like right there. And I'm like, did you bring a gift? And he's like, what? And I'm like, Tab brought gifts to her podcast people. So, like, what is wrong with you?
He just pulls off his shirt.
You can have this. Well, I mean, that's just, I mean, this is what we do, right? We craft stuff. So, of course, I'm going to craft something. I mean, hello.
It was just funny to see, like, the male perspective.
If that's, like, a thing. But it's a thing in my head. Like, I'm like, now you have a piece of something I touched.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Here's a lock of my hair.
Yeah, but it was, like, great. He was so stoked. And
that's awesome.
And it was a fun show.
But apparently I'm a little way more stoked.
I think probably on the insides you guys were, like, similarly stoked.
Right.
But
he's
Wayne
trying to keep it together and be
Air
cool.
Force, like, I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Brian Callen, but I'm only going to tell you about it a little bit.
Right. Honestly, I was a little bit nervous about the Dollop. Like, I was like, oh my god, what if I act like a total ass? And then I'm like, who cares? They don't know me. Like, they aren't going to be like, I can't believe she acted like that. They're going to be like, whatever. You know how many people they meet? Like, they don't remember me, you know? So that I wasn't too stressed out about. But then when it was time to get tickets to My Favorite Murder, and I missed getting the VIP tickets.
Oh.
They sold out so fast, it was crazy. But
wow.
Regardless, I was like super bummed. And then after the fact, I was like, maybe this is for the best. Because I could see myself like fangirling out and making such an ass out of myself Georgia and Karen are like next level. Like
they wouldn't care though. I mean, they seem to get quite a bit of gifts from people, and they're just always thankful for whatever it is. Like,
no, I could be like, we need to be best friends in real life, you guys. Like,
What are you doing tonight?
what are you doing after this? Do you want
you guys are into
My hotel key.
Do you want to exchange phone numbers and stuff?
make it super. So you guys are into murder, right? Y'all want to see a dead body? Come to this hotel room.
I could see just freezing up and like it being too much. Like, okay, so I'm not gonna lie. The night after the dollop, I all night dreamed about meeting Dave and Gareth and like fucking things up terribly. And I'd already, so this is how my brain works. I'd already met them. Everything went fine. It was all good and over with. And I spent a whole sleepless night losing my mind, like waking up in panic attack because like over something I'd already done.
Interesting.
Weird.
I can't imagine the level of anxiety that I would have meeting Georgia and Karen. Because as much as I'm like, ooh, I hope Dave and Gareth think I'm cool, I also am like, they definitely don't. Dave doesn't think anything's cool.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's probably like, that chick was fucking annoying. And I like him having disdain for me is like just as great as him liking me, right? Like,
yes, yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm another thing that irritates him. Great. This is awesome.
You know, one of
But
the
Georgia and Karen, if they didn't like me, it would like crush my soul.
Oh my goodness.
I would be broken.
One of the YouTubers that I follow, she used to live in Texas and then moved to LA. One of her like best friends now, they became friends because this girl was like
Stalking her?
followed her on YouTube, and when she moved to LA, she like DM'd her and was like, "Hey,
you're
I
in
live
town."
in LA, and if you want to work out anytime, like let me know." And she was like, "Okay," and they worked out, and they're like best
So
friends.
you're saying it's possible?
Yes.
Where do they live though? LA? They live in LA.
They live in LA. I'm sorry. Every time I go to LA, I'm like,
Get me the hell out of LA.
oh my God. I
Yeah.
cannot.
I don't love it. Been listening to that Dax Shepard podcast.
Yeah.
I really like him,
He's great.
and therefore I really like his podcast.
Yeah.
I thought I would like Anna Faris's though too.
Yeah.
But
Well, I have to say, Anna Faris's podcast, there are parts of it that I really like, but she does that whole like, we're gonna like improv thing. But it's like she sets scenes and is like, okay, now this is this and this, and I'm gonna ask you questions. And that part I'm like not as interested in. I mean, sometimes it's funny and stuff, but I'm also like, it's not my favorite.
Dax just takes these people, like most of them have been people he's worked with before, right?
Right.
So they are already friends, but he just like asks them about their life and how they became who they are. Like they pretty much started like, this is where I was born, and this is my relationship with my dad and my mom and my siblings, and
That's
this
cool.
is why I got into what I do, and this is.
Yeah.
He had Katie Couric on the other day. It's freaking awesome.
Dang.
Well, he's got the resources for that.
Yeah. Well, he said, because at first, like I said, it's been like people that he's like worked with, that he's like close with, that, you know, he was like, I'm starting a podcast, just be on my podcast,
Right.
please. And then Katie Couric, at the beginning, he was like, she's the first person who's like, team reached out to us and was like, we want to be on your show. And he's like,
That's so
I'm freaking
cool.
out.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. I mean, for people of interest, if we just got random people in here, like, how'd you become who you are?
Yeah. Well, and then at the end, because he just spouts a bunch of BS, like most of the show, and at the end, his producer chick goes through, they have like a little segment where she goes through everything that he talked about and tells him like how wrong he was on like all his like facts that he said.
He'll be like, so you guys know you eat 8 spiders every
Right.
year in
And
your
she'd be like,
sleep.
that's actually false. Nobody eats spiders when they sleep, you know.
Like
Spiders?
during the show?
Spiders.
It's at the end. So,
Oh.
like, he finishes talking, and then he's like, all right, if you want to listen to all the things I said wrong, like, keep listening or whatever. And she'll be like,
Everybody does, for
Yeah.
sure. They're waiting for that.
yeah, like, one day he sang the K Jewelers theme song, and he said, every wish begins with K.
Every
And she
kiss
was like, he
begins
said
with
wish, and it's
K.
actually kiss. And he's like, oh, cool, okay, okay.
She's just writing down in the background, like, ah, stupid motherfucker. Yeah, if you think about the spider thing, spiders don't want to crawl in your mouth.
They might. It's dark and warm in there.
But how come none crawl in your
Ooh.
butthole?
That's harder to get into.
Ah.
They
Come on.
don't want to crawl into your mouth.
I think Brad just told his butthole's wide and open.
Brad's talked a lot about his butthole.
I was talking about yours, but all right.
Well, my butthole is nice and tight.
So this week I learned about Jessye. This is gonna be the new segment. What I learned about Jessye this week.
Okay, whenever I think of tight buttholes, I think
Speaking of which,
there's these really funny videos that took metal music and said, you know, the lyrics that you hear, even though they're not the lyrics that
Right.
they actually are.
Mhm.
And one of them, which Blake and Jake sing it all the time, is so funny. But it's like, it says like, "Lucky for you, my butthole isn't tight." And I don't even know what they actually say. Like, I don't know the song. But like, if I ever heard it, I'm sure I'd be like, "Lucky for you."
that's amazing.
Oh, it kills me.
Well, I think this should be a new segment. What I learned about Jessye this week.
Yes.
That you didn't want to know.
We can, for my segment, we can have a scale like from 1 to 73.
How
to press-
crazy you are?
How to press this tab this week. How dark did shit get this week? That could be. Oh my gosh, today at work, somebody was like
Butthole dark.
pulling up.
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to go there.
So
I had to say it.
somebody remember, gold dress, blue dress thing?
Yeah. Oh, the Laurel and Yani.
Yes. So that
is-
thing.
Have you guys heard it?
I have heard it. So I heard it on the radio, and then I heard it on a phone.
Wait, what's Laurel and Yani?
It's this like sound bite, and people are arguing over whether it's saying Yani or saying Laurel. And what it is like two different pitched voices saying both of those things at the same time. And so depending
some people
on
hear some.
like what ranges, like what decibel range you've lost hearing in, you will hear two different things, right? Same thing with the blue dress, yellow, gold dress thing. Like it was, if the dress was blue and black, it's because you had, loss in these rods and cones, blah, 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 etc.
Interesting.
So it literally comes down to like science, but everyone just argues about it. So
if we don't have something to argue about, it's not America.
right.
Exactly.
America.
Yeah.
So some of the gals at work are like, no, that's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. And I've heard both things based on what like device it was on. So I'm kind of curious, that might have something to do with it also.
Okay, now I gotta look this shit up.
Yeah. So they're talking about it and stuff. And I'm like, you guys, you're both right. They are saying both of the things. It's just that like the older you get, you lose higher pitched decibels. You aren't able to hear them. Like that's normal.
But
So then I start explaining the dress thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
the reason some people see white and gold is this. The reason some people see blue and black is this. And then they're like, well, how can you see that? Well, and I'm like, well, okay, do you really want to get into it? Nothing is even a color. We say that. We assign things. We say Brad's shirt is blue. His shirt is not blue. His shirt is reflecting blue light rays. Your shirt isn't blue.
Right, if you're getting all technical.
Okay? So then we really want to get into it. Your shirt isn't even a shirt.
It's just molecules.
It's just energy compressed so tightly. And I'm like, so things aren't even things. Things aren't even real, you guys. And they're all just like, I took their like fun, like, no, I heard this. And they're all just
You ruined it.
staring at me like,
Yeah.
what?
Okay, I'm going to play this right now.
Okay.
I don't know if these people were here.
Pull your mic off. Put it up there. Brad, get your mic over here.
Here.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, where's my speakers? Oh, right here.
Laurel.
What do you hear?
I hear Yani 100%.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So weird. How do you?
100%.
It blows.
I
100%.
hear
Like, cannot.
Laurel.
Like, I tried really hard to hear Laurel.
I can't hear it saying Yani,
Yani at all, right? And see,
But now, I'm trying to hear
I'm
Yani.
trying to hear Laurel.
Nothing. So when the girl played on her phone today, I could hear the Yani, and I couldn't hear. And it actually, when she played on her phone, I was like, is it saying Yeri? Or like it was
Now
like
I kind of want to play it on my phone.
kind of confused.
I don't understand. Like it still blows my mind that you can hear Yani.
I know. I want to be like, bullshit. You're fucking with me.
Be-
I mean, that's why people are yelling at each other over this, because it's like, no, it's not saying that. Because,
because
you're
it's
100%
so-
convinced that it's not.
and it's so polar. I mean, Laurel doesn't even sound like Yani.
Right.
Like it's not even. Yeah.
But in
but there
your
are-
mind, you're hearing a thing, and this is like how our perception changes. Like, both things are true.
But they're not, because there actually is a right answer for both of them. For
Well,
both
you
the
are
dress.
hearing Laurel,
N-
and you are hearing Yani.
No.
Both things
the
are
dress
being
thing,
said.
The dress is actually white and gold. It's the darkness on your screen which made it black and whatever blue.
It also is your eyes.
Well, that may
Yours.
be.
Yours sounds like Laurel to me.
See, I still hear Yani.
But when
And
she was
with-
playing it today, I totally heard
And with
it.
this, the girl who did it, it's
It's a dude.
actually what?
It's a dude.
The girl who posted and tweeted it.
Oh.
It actually is Laurel, is what it says. It's a soundbite that says Laurel.
No, I thought it was both.
It's just Laurel. And then she put it in when she played it for her friend. Her friend was like, "This is so saying Yani," and she's like, are you kidding me? It says Laurel." And then that's when the fight. So she tweeted it, and then she's like, "I went to
became a
school the
whole
next
thing?
day, and it just blew up, and everybody's saying this, and I hear it on the TV, and I was like, well, that'd be kind of cool to be that person, to be
That's weird. Oh, you can have your 15 seconds.
15 seconds of it."
Okay, so they have this tool where you can slide it and hear each one. So,
Still
I hear Laurel.
but it sounds...
well, that second one, I put it over to Laurel.
the
Okay.
second
We're
one...
supposed to be hearing Laurel.
Okay.
This
Could
one,
you hear Laurel?
Yeah, just then I could.
Okay.
And this one, we're gonna hear Yani.
Yeah. That's what I was hearing earlier.
Okay,
it
that
doesn't
is
quite say... I mean, it says like Yani,
In the middle,
Laurel.
Laurel.
Yani.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
So the actual Yani, well, that is the first time I've ever heard it say Yani.
That's what the girl was playing today. I could hear that. And I was like, it still doesn't sound like Yani. I could hear it being like Yeri or something.
Yani.
Well, someone's going to play this
Yeah,
clip
this
of
is-
us talking,
This
and
is
every
talking
time we
about
say one of them, it's going to say the
tableau
other thing.
frequency things.
See, we need to do a decibel test because I guarantee Jessye can hear way more than we can. Like, I bet we've lost the higher decibels, and she hasn't.
I don't think so.
It's science, Brad.
And I will prove your science wrong. False. The Earth is flat.
I got good ass
It's
ears,
a frisbee.
dog.
The Earth is
So do I.
frisbee-shaped.
I can
and
hear when TVs are on.
Australia doesn't exist.
Exactly.
All my metal shows, and I can still hear.
I know. That's just because you have young ears, baby eardrums. Your tiny little bones in your ears haven't been broken yet. It's actually not even bones, it's the hairs.
Oh.
As you get older, those hairs get broken and damaged. And that's
Interesting.
what ruins. There's a little fact for you. Factoid. Do you want to hear another factoid?
Yes.
Sure.
We told Brad this last night, but Jessye, you know about Jonestown, right? The Jonestown Massacre.
No.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No.
Jim Jones.
No.
Biggest mass suicide ever.
No.
A cult.
What the fuck's
They're-
a mass suicide?
A whole bunch of people. 900 something people.
Sit around and kill themselves?
All
at
drank
once?
Kool-Aid and killed themselves.
Interesting. Okay.
She doesn't know anything about it. Well, it's not going to
Wow,
be
this
as
is-
cool now when I tell you that one of the people who survived it is the mayor of Dixon, California.
So why did these people get together to mass suicide?
Well,
they
I
didn't
don't think they initially got
it's a
together
cult.
to mass suicide.
It's a cult. The
I
cult-
like mass suicide being a verb.
Yeah.
To mass suicide.
It was a cult, and had
They
a bunch of
followed
following.
this guy.
When was this?
80s?
Yeah.
I feel like it was when I was alive, but not conscious enough to know what's going on.
Right.
So maybe 89 or something.
Something like
We could
that.
probably figure that out if our Google machine was working.
Well, sorry. Yeah, we got to start.
I'll look it up. Leave it.
Okay, we got to start.
So, yeah, it was like a cult. And so at some point, some reporters and like a congressman had gone down to like investigate. And some shit went down and they killed the congressman. And then they knew that like everything was going to go bad. And so the Jim Jones, the cult leader, like rounded everybody up and was like, we're going to do this thing. And apparently there was some like threat of like, either we're going to shoot you or you're going to drink this Kool-Aid kind of thing. They all poisoned themselves. I mean, so here's my thing. Is
This
it?
was in 1978.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Is it the biggest mass suicide? That's fucking murder. If you're telling people.
Well, this says here is he led hundreds of his followers in a mass murder -suicide.
Okay. Because I'm like, if you're
Yeah.
telling people, if you don't drink this poison Kool-Aid, I'm going to shoot you. That sounds like murder.
Right, but some people did it willingly.
Yeah, it
Here,
said-
give me this
yeah,
verse.
Look, you guys are literally like reciting this history.com article I'm reading.
Oh, we're so
Yeah.
good.
Many of Jones' followers willingly ingested a poison-laced punch, while others were forced to do so at gunpoint.
Also, it was not Kool-Aid, apparently. It was Flavor Aid.
A
And
third
that's-
of the people who died were children.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, they poisoned their babies. This guy was like a teenager when he escaped. Him and his friend had been chained together as a punishment. And they like escaped through the jungle when all this shit was going down. Now he's a mayor in California.
Yeah, there's a
See, you can do anything, people. Get out there.
like a
Rock the
documentary
I don't know.
documentary about it, and they had kids that were like, yeah, our parents were about to give us it. They just end up saying no, just lie down, don't say anything, and then the parents drank it and just didn't let the kids drink it.
Oh my god.
So the kids just so it's like, oh, I don't think that's any better.
Well, because at that point, like, who knows what's gonna happen to your kid after that? Like, what was
Not your
they
problem, apparently.
Possibly could have done. Yeah. That's awful. Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
But the
So on a scale of 1 to 73, how dark did that get?
Yeah.
Sad palette.
It's a sad thing
Mm.
that happened.
It is really awful. It's totally insane.
I'd say a 12. It's not even that sad.
On a scale of 1 to 73, 1 being rainbow ice cream being licked by a sparkly unicorn tongue, and 73 being a black hole.
I'm fascinated with murder, so 12?
Brad's going to go with a 12. All right, people. We have some more crafting to do. When we get back to you, we're going to have so many wedding stories. It's going to be wild.
I can look back on it with happiness instead of look forward to it with disdain.
And dread. It's good dread. It's like, woo, I'm going to be married. Also,
I keep telling Blake, I'm like,
Whew.
just remember, I am excited to marry you.
I'm just
Not excited to get
not
married.
excited about all the stress. Yeah, it's true. All right. Well, drink up, people.
You've got craft to do.
Bye.
Bye.